Anglesea is a place I spent much of my summers here as a child. It's a place and a part of the coast I know very well. It was always very important that we do something here that would transcend time and generations of kids growing up and all those sorts of things, but do so in a way that was completely different from our homes in Melbourne. I'm John Wardle, founding partner of Wardle, and we're here in Burnt Earth, our family's new beach house. A lot of the planning of the house actually really extends from a knowledge of its geology. This place it has right at the very end of a vast landslip that was caused in the 1920s that has this vast, beautiful ochre-coloured cliff face, which was really the genesis of the idea of both the material and the tonality of these clay bricks in their rusticated form. The clay is actually a torn surface. It's not broken, but torn. It means the surface is wonderfully uneven and every brick literally is different. And its coloration is as exactly as we could match to the cliffs at Point Roadnight. The house starts off at the front, facing the ocean and the courtyard as an informal living zone. The idea of the kitchen really is one of a place that assumes that there are many cooks. So the vast, big, square, central terracotta island bench sits there really as evidence of that idea. The space then bends around into the dining area with a reading nook, a window seat that looks back in toward the courtyard, another window that then looks out toward where water at times will fall, and then head up the stairs. At that point you're aware of this vast linear space, this study that appears to float with its wrapped, hand-knotted screening made in Vietnam. And at the top of the stairs then you'll turn into a smaller living space that is reduced from the footprint of this area below, particularly just to gain the ingress of light by creating this void and pulling the floor plate back. At times like this, the winter light can then be drawn right into the very heart of the house. Very often we employ materials or systems that came out of an initial moment of curiosity, seeing something and wondering how it was made or who made it. And through our relationship with Artedomus and the introduction to Cotto Manetti, and a relationship was formed that has transcended many projects now. So very early on, when considering the nature of the materiality of this house, to wish to draw upon this beautiful material made on the other side of the world and bring it to this place in Western Victoria.
John has selected the Artedomus da Crudo extruded terracotta tiles from Cotto Manetti for the kitchen and along the floors and then up onto the bench top. These are really beautiful, unique tiles produced by Cotto Manetti in Italy. Their manufacturing techniques have endured over 8 generations of makers and they work with extremely skilled artisans. These terracotta tiles are actually really great for kitchen bench applications. They have characteristics of being robust, they have high resistance, and they have that beautiful colour which is produced from the natural clay which is sourced in the Tuscany region. For his bathrooms, John has chosen the Agape Petra Basin, which is made out of a really interesting material called cemento skin. This is a colour-enriched concrete and is very natural in its finish. And the way it's been designed is quite beautiful. Its form emulates that of a stone. which encourages the water to run over the form of the basin, almost as if it was running over a stone.
The bath itself certainly didn't go toward plan, and I very much appreciate telling this story. We sent over some drawings of what we thought an Australian bath should be. Federico passed it over to one of his really fine craftspeople, who obviously took one look at the drawing and thought, I'm not sure that's a bath. And he, in his own way, made something that was narrower, taller, longer than I'd ever imagined. But it's one of the great surprises of something that turned out and took its own story, entirely unexpected, but greatly appreciated. One thing that gives me pleasure about the house, it is quite unlike any house I've designed or as a practice have produced. Spatially, with this vast open centre, and where the one thing is common to all spaces is this ceiling that flies across from dining room, captures both living rooms, our study, and terminates in our bedroom at the top. Sort of feels like it's drawing everything together under the one protective armature, which is this great roof that falls from its association at the very top, where it's closest to the ocean, to terminate a great big spout that, when it does rain, throws water against beautiful ironstone rock and into a pool. And just to add a bit of madness to the whole equation, a small birdhouse is cantilevered off the edge of the spout. Yet to be inhabited, but I'm hoping as spring occurs, it will be home to something. The house obviously has a special place for all of our family, and it provides a focus. I mean, it's certainly the thing that gets me out of Melbourne on a Friday afternoon and have time devoted to everything else that doesn't exist in our life in an urban realm.